What's up? I have already, again, shot this video. I was getting ready to put it out. I got an email from Ricoma telling me that they got an awesome deal going on for you guys that are looking to get into embroidery. From now until June 4th, they are offering low payments at $130 plus free shipping. All right, so you can get those two things going on right now from now till June 4th, right? Also, don't forget, there's a link down below. That link is a special link for you guys, my subscribers that watch any of my videos. All right, by you guys clicking that link and filling it out, sending it to Ricoma, it's going to take up to an additional $250 off of whatever machine you get. All right, so you guys have seen I've been using the MT-1501 from Ricoma, and since I've got that machine in here, it has taken this place to the next level, right? Embroidery can do the same thing for you. It's a learning curve, don't get me wrong, but whenever you do learn it and you got it down, you're gonna get it, right? I wanna do other things. I wanna do appliques, I wanna do whatever else is out there. I wanna do it, I wanna learn it. But right now, people have just been seeing the hats that I've been doing. So I have been doing a lot of hats, all right? I just did 100 hats. I'll be doing a video on that one. I just got to edit the video, but 101 hats, you know what I mean, on a single head machine. And I love it, and I thank all of you guys that have reached out, not only here locally, but all over the United States, trusting in me to get your work done, all right? So I appreciate that. All right, so if you watch this video after June 4th, right, you can still click the link. It's still going to save you up to $250 off of the machine. Ricoma's always running different specials, so the $130 free shipping might run out, but by you clicking that link for my subscribers, my followers, those of you that watch my video, you're still going to save up to $250, right? So with that being said, let's get into this video. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Joe, and this is Hard Hustle Printing. So what I'm gonna be doing in this video, we're gonna be doing about 40 to 50 hats, somewhere around there. Here's the hats that we're doing right here. We're doing some unstructured hats like this. Got some white, some red ones, and then we got some black ones that are like have a little bit of structure. These have like the paper in there, but if I take it out, you guys can see that it has some structure to it. It doesn't have a lot. All right, so since this isn't a structured hat like the Richardsons that I'm used to be using, these have like a lighter structure in the inside. I'm going to be using this easy backing right here. This is an easy cap, just right, 2.5 ounces, and it comes with 250 pieces. So it's 4.5 by 7 inches. I'll put a link down to Madeira if you guys are interested in these right here. So that's where I bought them from, Madeira, if you guys just want to go check them out. What we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of these. I got 50 of them, and as you guys know, I only have a single head, so I got to get these. All right, so we got to get these done. We got, like I said, we got about 40 plus 50, somewhere around there, that we need to knock out. So that's the reason why I'm here early. I want to get started on a couple of these before I go to work, and then at lunch I'll come do a couple more, and then after work I'll keep running them. So, all right, so the machine that I'm using is a MT-1501 from Ricoma. It's a 15 needle single head commercial embroidery. All right, so if you look at this design right here, the little letters on top and the little letters on the bottom, we're going to be using the 65-9 needle. So the smaller needle I use for a more detailed, like the little letters that we're going to be doing, and then also the 60 weight thread, which is a lot thinner and it's not as bulk. And then for everything else on this cap right here, going with the 7511 titanium needles. All right, so with that being said, you guys know what I'm using. I got 2 things of white on here, 2 things of black, and 1 thing of red. All right, so let's go ahead, set one of these up, and we're gonna get started. All right, so this is the hooping station that comes with the MT-1501. All right, and then with that, you get 2 of these cap rings right here. For us using the single head, it's okay, because I use this right here, and I set up the next one, so when one job finishes, I'm able to move on to the next one right away. All right, so if you look right here, there is a groove right there, and there's a groove right there. So you're simply going to grab this and slide it into place till it locks. All right, you got one here, and then one down here on the bottom. Make sure all three of them click. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the sweatband out. All right, and then I'm going to grab some tearaway and I'm going to put it even with the sweatband. And then I'm going to slide it underneath this right here. Hopefully you can see that and my hands don't get in the way. So I'm going to slide it under there. You have this piece right here that's hanging. You're going to grab it and hoop it around here or loop it around. And, all right, now once you get it to this side, you're going to take this and hook it to this piece right here. And then this piece right here, if you can see it, you want it on the outside. And then simply lock it into place. All right, so this groove right here has the same groove up here. You can't really see it from there. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the cap on there. We're going to spin it until it gets into place. And it'll fall right in. Once you got it into place, you want to grab the back of this here. You want to grab the back of this and squeeze it together. You don't want to push this because you're going to mess this up right here. So do that. Make sure they're all locked. If they're not locked, it'll sound like this. Once they're locked, they will not move. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit trace. So once you hit trace, you want to make sure that it's not going to hit this cap ring back here, because if it does, it's going to break the needle every single time. All right, whenever you do your trace, it always does it off of needle number 1. It will not skip around. Say your color was blue and you had blue at number 9, it's not going to go all the way to number 9 and then trace it. It goes off number 1 all the time, right? And then you want to make sure that needle number 1 is in the center of the cap. If you have a stitch or whatever this is called right here, where they sew the two pieces together, that's the middle of the cap. So make sure that your needle is there, and then once you're ready, you can hit start. Some people tie this down. I like to leave it loose, but whenever I'm doing a hat that's not as structured as a Richardson like this one, I will tie it down. But the Richardson hats, I usually don't do it. I will start off with it pulled tight, and then once I get some stitches going, I will take it apart to where I don't have to do that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start stitching this. Here we go. Alright, so I have it going about 800 stitches a minute, and that's what I like about this one with the Ricoma MT-1501. Not sure about the other ones, is the display that it has. It tells you exactly how many stitches it has. It shows you exactly where it's at while it's stitching. So that's a pretty cool feature, so that you can see what is there and what's being used. Another thing that I like about this, another thing right here, if you look right here, this is the thread. So the thread is at number 3. If you look in the back of the machine, my thread that is black is on number 3. So the next one that is going to stitch, alright, so as you guys heard, the machine turned off. It's all good. Don't freak out if this happens to you. You're just like, why did it turn off, right? Usually, if you look at this right here, you can see that the bobbin is sticking out a little bit. And when that happens, it's usually because the bobbin ran out. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, because the thread is still connected right here, I'm going to go ahead and hit this button right here, and it's going to trim it. Alright, so now my thread is loose, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. So you can do this. You can take your hat off. As long as you don't move this right here and mess up the alignment, you'll be good. Be very, very careful that you don't hit this, because I've done it before where I'll just be swinging it around and I'll hit the side of my pants. This thing will come off, and then it's not going to be registered. So what I usually do is I take it and I'll hang it right here on the side so I don't mess it up or anything like that. And then next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the bobbin case. Alright, so now that we have the bobbin case open, we're going to pull the bobbin out. And as I thought, the bobbin is out. Alright, so we're going to grab another one, grab another bobbin, find wherever the end of it's at. Yep, and we're going to put it back into the case, right? Whenever you do this, you want to make sure that the word bobbin is actually spinning that way, because you could put it in, if you put it in this way, if you look at the word bobbin, it's spinning backwards. You don't want that. You want to make sure bobbin is spinning that way. And you're going to take it, put it into that little crease or slit right there. You're going to bring it up around here. You're going to bring it up to this little pigtail right here. You're going to wrap it once, twice. And then the rest of this you can just leave it hanging out. Put it back in until you hear it click. And then this, like I said, just leave it out. Close it up. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our cap back off of here. This is very important. Whenever you're putting this back on here, you don't want to make this thing spin and you don't want to make this thing move, because right now the needle is exactly where it was at before it stopped. Okay, so if you mess that up, what's going to happen is it's going to throw off all the alignment. So if you have to get the cap and you have to bend it down, by all means do that, because on this plate right here, if it was up against that plate, you're going to have a little bit of a tough time putting it on there. All right, so just know you can do it, but just be very careful. So it fell back into place. Grab the backs again, squeeze it together. Check your little areas where you have to check. So if the machine stopped like it did, you come here, you push this up, it's gonna blink red. As you can see, it's blinking red. Once it's doing that, you're ready to go. All you gotta do is simply hit start again. Alright, so that's it. Once it's done, take it off. Push all three of the clips again. Rotate it, take it off. The red ones. So we'll do one of these. These are a little bit less structured than the other ones. But what we have to do now is we have to change the color, because we're going from this color. We need to change all the white to black and the black to white. So let's show. Alright, so whenever you get something digitized, you get a PDF file like this right here. And what it is, it's going to tell you what color to put at what number. So what we're going to do is, this is the original image, but for the black caps, we had to change all of this out. So what we're going to do now is change it for the red caps. Alright, so whenever it comes to changing the colors, what you're going to do is simply click this right here, and you're going to go in sequence with what the colors is on the PDF file. So it's best if you print it out, come in here, and just go through the colors. Alright, so we're changing this to 1, this to 3, that one is going to stay the same, that one is number 3, that one's going to stay the same, that one's going to stay the same, this one is, that one's going to stay the same, this one's changing to number 1, number 8 is staying the same, number 9 is changing to 1, number 10 is changing to 3, and then that one there is also going to stay the same. So once you got your colors the way you want, you're going to hit OK, and then we're going to do our trace again. Alright, so once you've done your trace, like I said, you want to make sure that your needle is in the middle of the seam. So then on your keypad, you have some arrows. You just simply move it left or right, and you're good. And when you got it where you want it, you just let it go. Alright, so we did our trace. We got our image where we want it. We're going to go ahead and tie this down just a little bit. Alright, so once you got that in place, we're going to be doing this at about 900 stitches. We could bump it up to 1,000. I've been pushing it. If you guys seen on YouTube stories, I've been pushing this thing at 1,000 stitches a minute and haven't had no problems with it. We're going to do 900 and we'll go from there. If I switch it to 1,000, I'll show you all. So whenever you're ready, just hit start. Alright, so that's it. I just want to take you guys through the process of doing these 42 caps. Finally got them done. Remember, we're using the single head MT-1501 from Ricoma. Also remember, if you guys are interested in one of these machines or any of the machines, it doesn't have to be this one. It could be the 2-head or the 6-head, whatever else they carry. Right, there is a link down below for you guys. By you guys clicking that link and filling out the information, you can save up to $250 by simply clicking that link down below. Right, I went over everything in the video of what we were doing. I just showed you guys a black cap and a red cap. I didn't want to take you through this right here because it does take a while, because like I said, we're using the single head. Also, if you guys are doing embroidery and you need someone to digitize your work, go down below. There'll be a link to the guide that I use for digitizing. Right, so thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for subscribing, and until next time, keep pressing.